I'm going to get into some of your filmmaking choices, Chaitanya. And, I think one was just the tone of the film itself. So one is, of course, the tone that you chose in terms of not just the way we look at the film, but also in terms of the writing. Like, there are two, things about music more recent that come to my mind. One is, of course, purely in terms of the subject itself. I mean, we saw this series called Bandish Bandits, right? And Bandish Bandits, and which is a little bit like if you were to even look at something like a Whiplash, where the tone between the guru and the shishya is a really like a aggressive one. It's like a drama between these two. Is that something you're conscious of, that's not the area that you want to go into, because that could well be the story you could have told, because there is a lot of oppression and tyranny in guru-shishya from what we understand of it, right?
I started working on this film like in 2016, so I've been working on it for a long time. No, but what I was aware was the general tropes in art and cinema about artists, about any kind of a master-disciple sort of relationship, and or even about classical music, about musicians being serious, about them being so intense and reverent. And I didn't want to start there. Those deviations are also based in truth for me. You realize they're human beings like you and me. Right. They also have their downtime. I realized that be it any artist, be it a musician, be it a magician, be it a ballerina, they are normal human beings, who have their downtime, who have their contradictions, who have their temptations. And it's not this perception of and which is why in the film, even in the journey of an artist, there is no extreme success, there is no extreme tragedy that's happening with the character. So there are a lot of those things, because also for me, that's what real life is like. We don't all end up superstars or drunk on the road,
Right.
We all adapt to a situation. There's so many grays between the black and white that's made out to be. So that's what I wanted to, and that's where I come from,
Right. I mean,
my choices.
So roughly, because it doesn't reflect the truth, you wouldn't, for instance, go for a hero's journey. Because it's not like this guy's gonna eventually end up as this person who takes over from, and that was a conscious choice you're making, because that doesn't reflect the truth as we see it.
No, but when I say truth, I mean my own truth, my personal truth, what I relate to and what I observe. And even if the hero's journey is the truth, I'm nobody to deny or say that it does not have any truth to it. It comes from a certain place. It comes from thousands of years of mythology and folk tales. But it's also, for me personally, become very boring and predictable to watch that story. I mean, we've had enough of it now.
True.
What's the point of watching a movie where from the first scene I know how it's going to end?
Right.
So it's not the story that I want to tell.
Right.
I mean, and also, there is, I feel, too much focus on the hero, on a conquest-driven journey, on achievement, on success. This discourse that if you try hard enough and if you believe in yourself, you're going to get it. No, it's not true. It's not true for 99% of us.
Right.
People who work for us, people who clean our toilets have dreams and aspirations, but they have zero social upward mobility. So it's just not true. So, you know what I mean? So I'm interested in stories that I find to be resonating and truthful to my culture, my society, our context, as a country, and also stories that probably deserve to be told but haven't been told, which kind of deviate from the formula but yet come across as relatable.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.